it was dark and their skin was dark, so I only saw the white lungis approaching. Being shook, and inside of myself I did this to one of these lungis. Then they brought the torch, and then it had been Babuji.
You met Babuji, and I am guessing you must have explored other ways to quench the quest of the spirit earlier, other systems. How did you choose that this is the one?
I never entered any other system because I was very much looking for a path, because I have 3 daughters. I understood before our path, I understood that I have to find a way to educate myself, because I didn't want to put my daughters into the same system of brain stuff which I inherited from my family. That I knew. I didn't know about samskaras, but I knew that I need to do something to give them a better freedom. So I did look for meditation, but I never entered anything, because I saw so many other systems from afar having to do with fame, with money, with bells, with flowers, with whatever stuff. And I didn't want any decorative stuff. I didn't want any ritual stuff. I wanted just a clean work. And when I listened to this first information evening of Sahaja, I thought, this is clean. But I have to check if it is like this.
So can you tell us, you came to India, when did you come to India, and the first meeting with Babuji? Can you tell us when that happened?
So I was introduced into Sahaja on the 9th of September 76 in Munich. And on February 77, 5 of us went to Shashahampur, first time to India. On the 9th of March 77, I became already a preceptor. So when we entered in the dark after the long train ride, and you must imagine another India at that time, of course.
Sure.
With a rickshaw in the dark, passed by many little fires where people made chai. It was like a medieval view for me. And then we entered this lane, and everything was pitch black, and we looked through a gate, and in the back there were arcades, and under the arcades 1 little 40-watt bulb was dangling. And then people came, but it was dark and their skin was dark, so I only saw the white lungis approaching. So there was a number of lungis standing in front of us, and my whole being shook. And inside of myself I did this to one of these lungis. Then they brought the torch, and then it had been Babuji. So when I experienced for the first time a totally different measurement of existence. That a human being can be such a human being, changed the measurement of life. It changed the measurement of hope. It changed the measurement of everything. To meet such a unlimited source of life. And in his presence, I think we got the gift of experiencing our essence as well, because it was a gift of his presence. One needs many years, I think, to work, to be able to feel one's essence. So when I experienced this presence, I said to myself, this here is home, and I will never leave it.
How beautiful. How beautiful. And then, of course, a beautiful journey just unfolded. You kept coming back to India.
Yeah, this is my 50th journey.
Wow. 50th time in India.
Yes.
Wow. That's amazing. And of course, you were made a preceptor, trainer, and you started training people. And you had many travels in India. And then there was the transition, 1983. How was the fact that Babuji, somebody who you had looked to, was no more in his physical body? How was that time for you?
Yeah, first I thought I will implode or explode or stop living. And then I thought he gave this as an order. So I decided to go already in 84 to India and meet Chariji. I had met him before as a preceptor, but not as a successor. So when I met him in Gayatri, he walked towards us and greeted us, and I saw, oh, now he's all alone. And I saw a mantle of stars around him. Then he gave us 2 sittings. In the sitting, I prayed to Babuji. And I said, I have been here in obedience to your demand, but my soul needs help. So in the first sitting, I saw Babuji curled up inside of Chariji in a totally happy mood, very beautifully happy mood, sitting. In the second sitting, I saw Babuji coming out of Chariji's head with a kurta, a cap, and the braid of flowers. So I wrote this down as on a paper and I gave it to Chariji. This is the experience, and herewith I give you my service and my obedience. So for me it was always, and it took me years till I could say master, but when he became more masterly in his development, it happened automatically. But for me, it always was the son of Babuji. I mean, Babuji is Babuji is Babuji. He is the creator with Laloji together. So that's how I became an active member of the mission and continued later with Daji, because I feel their sonness.
And you have seen Sahajmar grow from that street where you walked in late night and you found Babuji standing in the courtyard, to this campus here today, Kana Shantivanam, which is a huge campus. How do you see the change? How do you see the growth?
Yeah, I think one should not be misled with outer advancement. That's very important, because it's deeply moving, deeply moving, that Daji is creating something like a laboratory for the future. I mean, if I think about it, I could cry. It is so clean and so multifaceted. But one has to always remember the simple thing is the divine and me. And my search and my sincerity. But that he is capable, unbelievable, that he's capable of the nature is blooming, that the capacity of people are advancing, that education is working, that research is working, that it's so very wonderful. And one very important point, 2.5 years ago when I was here, when the ashram was built, I saw many workers from all over India, laborers. And one important point happened. I saw, you see, through human existence on the planet, it was always the main boss, the in-between, the capo, who gave the work to the third one, and the third one, the poor guy who paid the price of blood, right? Since always. Here I saw it works different. It works different. I talked to many laborers also. Here, the third one, the little one, is not misused. Because the capo, who has to give him work, has to do his cleaning, and he has to be responsible for the big boss. It is fantastic. That what has never happened yet on the planet is possible. That's why I said it's a laboratory for the future.